What's up guys, Zach Magic here, and today I'm going to walk you through, I believe this is Dead Air Beta. I'm playing on PC right now, which I never do. I'm mostly an Xbox player, so if it looks like I'm playing terribly, it's because I'm not used to PC. So cut me some slack. This video is to show all you Xbox users who don't get to play Dead Air Beta, what you're in for, what some of the changes are, and just to give you a little sneak peek. I'm going to go through a lot of the tricks I use in this campaign, make sure they still work. First of which is the one you're seeing right now. This is how I started all the time. Just something fun I like to do, walking on the rafters, because the special infected can't spawn until I drop down. So that's a good trick, and you can definitely still do it. I am going to skip a lot because I'm only going to show the changes. So this is going to show the entire campaign and most of the major changes. I am going to show that boomer melee right there that I thought was pretty funny. But most of this campaign is exactly the same. You got the alarmed car at the end here, as it always is, and most of the campaign in general is the same. There's a few major changes towards the end that I'll get into later once we get there. Starting out level 2, and the first thing I notice is that there's no door on this, I always call it a freezer, but I'm not really sure if it's a freezer, but there's no door on it. And I am playing in campaign mode, and I haven't played in versus yet, so I don't know if that's any different. But yeah, skipping around to this part, as you can see, a tank just came, and it spawned behind me, which means it probably spawned like right in front of my comms. But I thought that was kind of weird, and once you get to the roofs, some of the edges are a little higher, I noticed, than they used to be. Probably because the charger was able to charge right over those small ledges. And I tested that trick out, and it still works, so you can get on that freighter a little early. And that wall to my left is huge, and I don't remember it being that large in Left 4 Dead 1, but again, probably so that every place on the roof isn't an insta-kill for the charger. There's still a lot of insta-kill spots. Skip into the next level, showing you this upper part, how it's pretty much the same, a lot of items everywhere. And I always like to jump on that, shoot the gas, and then drop right down and camp. Obviously it's not the best strategy, but it's just what I'm used to. So this level's really pretty much exactly like it is in Left 4 Dead 1. And there's a trick at the end that I always like to do that I'm going to test out. Right now I'm just camping, waiting for the horde to come, and it doesn't look like much of them are, letting my comms do most of the work. And this is the trick right here that I like to do. Instead of going all the way around this area, you can just hop up on this jet engine and up on the wing and go right over. That alarmed car is still there, but that still works. On to the next level. This is the level where the biggest change was made, and immediately I test whether the van can still push you through the gate, which a lot of people like to use. A lot of people think it's cheap, but whatever. It is what it is. It does work, but right away I get hunted. And we're moving on to the biggest change in the whole campaign, in my opinion. Everybody loves the metal detector part. We all love the challenge of trying to smoke someone back through the metal detector. However, they have changed it so that you have to go through the metal detector. Doesn't look that way at first, so I try for about 10 minutes to jump over stuff. Because it looks like you can jump on top of that pile of tables, but they have put gates up all the way around, and they're forcing you to go through the metal detector. Those bastards. So I'm going to try to jump around for a little while more, and eventually I'm just going to give up and go through the metal detector. And since I know a huge horde's coming, and I know I'm not that good on PC, I'm going to look for a place to camp, and I almost walk through another metal detector, but then I don't, and I duck inside this restaurant. And you keep hearing the horde music, and keep hearing the metal detector, and then I kind of begin to realize that metal detector is not really turning off. And then it hit me, hey, Left 4 Dead 2 has rolling crescendos. So, yes, they made the metal detector a rolling crescendo. It will be a crescendo event until you reach the end of the level, until you go up the escalator, through the gates, and into the safe room door. So I'm coming out, and the Horde's still coming, and I take that little shortcut, if you want to call it that, just for kicks. I didn't even know you could do that, but at this point, I am just like, I want to make it to the end, so I smack down that trash can right there. And you're going to see me do a really sloppy rush to the end of this level. And again, I apologize that I don't regularly play on PC, and it's definitely not my strong suit. But really wanted to make this video, really wanted to check out this campaign. As you can see, there's some worker uncommon common. So take note of that. And then they keep hoarding me because it's still a rolling crescendo. So I pretty much force my way through with my melee weapon, which is awesome to have in this campaign. And I'm forcing, and I finally, after I melee a few more zombies, made it! And they keep coming in, and I keep meleeing. And look, there's Zoe, but I closed the door on her because I hate her. And then they get in, but wait a second, where the hell is Francis? Oh, there's his outline, way back there. Way to fall behind, Francis, and Zoe and Lewis, way to leave him. I mean, come on. So I try to help him by shooting zombies through the door, and then I try to help him by closing the door on him, and then I try to help him by shooting him a few times. And that does it. He made it in, and we closed the door. And so that's the rolling crescendo. It's pretty exciting. Skipping to the finale, major change. Look at that wall of fire. I know a lot of you like to camp out by that caution tape or whatever you call it. And it was definitely the best place to do this finale. That's how I completed this campaign on Expert way back when. But to keep people from camping there and to inspire some new strategies for this finale, they put a wall of fire there. And so you could still camp there. I've told a lot of people about that wall of fire, and they've said, well, you could still camp there. And I said, yeah, but if a smoker gets on the other end of that wall, it'll pull you into the fire, and that is still a wall that you can't walk past, so you'll just be in the fire the whole time he's smoking you. And that's a situation you really don't want to get caught in. So I decided to camp here anyway, because I'm not afraid of fire. And then I try to jump on top of these luggage things, which is probably my biggest, it's a small change, but I used to love getting on top of these piles of luggage, and you can't do it anymore. You can't climb on any of them. There's a couple more in some of the other levels of the campaign. You can't climb on any of them, and that is super lame. So now I just hide behind my comms, but yeah, that's pretty much Dead Air Beta. Those are the major changes. I'm going to be doing Blood Harvest soon, so keep a lookout for that. Head to our site and register, rate, subscribe, and follow us on Twitter. Peace out.